G'day everyone, T-Nick back here in Transport Tycoon, here once again as the CEO of Phoenix Transportation Proprietary Limited, or something or other, whatever we call ourselves. You join us here at Trundon, which is quite a stupid name. Trundon Mines, which is definitely winding down. I mean, we've transported 71% of the estimated 24,000 tonnes of coal they're going to find in the ground. And production has gone from about 1,000, down to 135. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on this operation here. Look, we're starting to get the trains queue up. This bloke's probably going to get a full load shortly, but they are queuing up around the balloon loop. In fact, you are going to add to the queue. So I'm just going to stop you for a second, and we will put you instead on this route. I will be pulling trains off this route and redeploying them over to new Treeside mines initially, because we're barely transporting any coal out of here, and we may as well make the most of it. But eventually this mine will close, and we will divert the remaining trains either over to new Treeside, or we will store them, because, well, they're still perfectly good trains. It's not their fault they've got no work. So what are we doing today? Well, we sort of connected up pretty much everything in this corner of the map last time. We finished off with Fedale Point building a ridiculously elaborate bridge. Now, thinking about it, we could look to move passengers between Phoenix, quote-unquote, City and Reading Stoke Island. However, we have no ships available. And there goes that engineer's yard I was using last part to ship goods to. So that's a thing that just happened. Go team. What are our options? We've got the ability to transport goods into Feeningham City. Okay, that we might have to just quickly set up a truck route here before we continue yakking. We will attach that to the town hall. Stop there. Unfortunately, that has skewed this poor building around a bit. It was quite unhappy with that. Actually, can we build the truck stop in here? We'll put a nice little dead end one in. No, it only accepts food, whereas this one does accept goods for now. Well, as soon as they knock down this old girl, there it goes, we can put a nice little loading zone up here. We'll make it a bit of a turnaround there. Yeah, I'm quite aware it no longer accepts goods or fuel oil. Now, it has been a while since I've played this. I don't think goods actually have a destination. What are you doing? You're loading. Okay, so if we stop you... Oh, you've just unloaded, so we're probably not going to get any goods yet. No, okay. So what we might have to do, and this is taxing my memory here, is we want you to transfer your cargo at Feeningham City Woods, please. You will transfer that onto trucks, which will then run them into town. Good thing we left our road vehicle depot here. Now what do we got in the way of trucks that can transport goods? We need some sort of box truck. Sing out if you can see it. No, icebox, tanker, steam flatbed. You don't carry goods. Steam hopper. No, we want a box truck. It looks like we've only got the horsey one. Nay. Well, I guess we're building horses then. We will start with a 4-horse covered carriage. If you could please full load there and take that down and drop it off at the town hall. That would be great. We'll put 2 of them on for now, and hopefully we can replace them with a truck soon, because horses are not the most efficient way of moving cargo in the game, which is probably why we replaced them with internal combustion engines reasonably quickly. Come on, guys, off you go. There you go. Well, if that stops turning a profit, we will quickly demolish it, because, well, obviously it's not going to do us any favours anymore, thanks to that stupid engineer's yard closing. Now, looking at it, we really don't have anything else we can expand into in this part of the world. We've got this forest down here, but no sawmill, so that's useful. But as I said, yeah, can't go to do Dreading Stoke Island yet. I don't even know if I have a new ship set loaded, or if we have to use the default ships. We don't. Let's see if we can load one of those quickly, and hopefully we don't break the game. Fish. I'm pretty sure that's a new fish set, or was it Squid 8 fish? I can never remember. There's too many new graphics. Now we'll just put squid 8 fish in and hope for the best. Yes. Please don't crash the game. Nope, we didn't. Does that give us any ships? It does. They all look rather primitive though. We have the Barletta paddle steamer. It can take 248 passengers, so it's no slouch. Or the Sunk Rock ferry. It can only do 32 k's an hour. They both can. Okay. Apparently the Fish Island trawler can take passengers as well, but it's slower. Obviously the freight barge and the freighter don't take passengers. Harbour Point utility vessel. Okay, well, we'll consider the Sunk Rock ferry. 32 k's an hour. How fast does our train go? It's a freight train. Where's the passenger train? I think it does like 100 k's an hour. You are doing 112 k's an hour. Okay, so it's going to be a slow old trip and it's probably going to lose money, but it is an option. We also can extend our railway line up through Trundon town, up to Gardening, that town there, up through Avon Pool, which has a convenient power station here. Of course, as we established, no coal mines. Oh, we have a new sawmill underway. I am not falling into the trap of building a ridiculously long forestry line only to have that thing closed down as soon as we get there. But looking at Windberg Bay City, that does seem like a desirable destination. So, look, it's going to be expensive, but it is going to open up. We've got a couple of cities up here, I think. Yeah, these are both cities. Are you a city? No. Okay, but we've got a good little urban area up here. We got this one here. We've got access to more towns as we come up to this corner of the map. And obviously we've got a nice little cluster of towns over here as well. So this might be a really good interchange. We might put a station on the northern side of town and just connect everything up. Got a couple of clay pits and a gravel pit. We might be able to connect up to our existing brickworks. Although to what end, I don't know, because we don't know if we're going to keep producing goods there or not. But no, I think we're going to go with that. We're going to try and connect up Feeningham City with Windberg Bay City with both an express route and an all stations. And yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 stations on the way. So the all stations train won't be too much slower. And obviously Trundon will be a suitable junction for any line heading down this way. Actually, a line down this way might even be cheaper. Are you a city? No. If we can find a city down here. Here we go. Here we go. We got a city here. Let's just add city to the name. And we've got Stanbridge City here. Okay, new plan. Cancel the old plan. Old plan. No, don't worry about it. Instead, we will run a line down through Trundon to Treehead. We've got a nice little urban area here. And we've got 2 cities up here we can quite easily connect up nicely. What do we got down here? You're going to be a tricky one to access in the valley here. You're down on the coast. You're sort of on the edge of the hill. You're on the coast. So you might end up being a good ferry destination as well. And then obviously we've got Bodstow Island down there, which we will have to connect up as well. What have we got in this part of the world in the way of industries? Oh, this little town. Hello. We've got a steel mill. Ugh, don't start me on steel mills. We've got an iron ore mine. Yeah, go away. Do we have a coal mine in the area? No, well that's probably for the best, because otherwise it'd be way too easy to connect up that factory and get a profitable steel route going. But we all know that's not allowed. Also have an oil refinery. Now we have oil wells all the way up here. You're kidding yourself if you think I'm trying to connect that up. Food processing plant, but no farm. Power station, but no, there's a farm. Power station, no coal mine. Forest, no sawmill. Okay, so it looks like passengers is the way to go, at least in the short to medium term. But enough yakking. We've got 160 odd grand in the bank. Let's start connecting up Trundon. How are we going to do that? We've got this bump in the way. That's going to be a pain. Do we just build a new line out from here, coming across here? And then we can, yeah, it's a reasonably straight line. We'll build the station at the top end of town. We'll knock down whatever that is. Sorry about your house, champ. Let's get some platforms built here. Need a station building. Let's build. I don't think we've built this one yet. And obviously we need a footbridge so people don't walk across the tracks. Although you could argue that they just use the level crossing to get between platforms. You could argue that. I'm not gonna contest that. That's your opinion. Do whatever you want. We need to put signals in, obviously, like duh. We'll put no, we don't need to put. Actually, we'll make them one-way signals for the future. We are thinking ahead. Get rid of these extraneous signals here, and we'll just no, we don't want to convert. We'll just put a couple in like that. Now, we have turned the trees off, so I should probably. Yeah, they're going to get in the way of building, aren't they? We could probably build a straight line here. It does make it harder to see the landscape when the trees are turned on. Turned on trees. That's a concept. Got wood? Oh, is there no limit? Let's just run a direct line down like this. Is that going to line up? I think it is. Oh, this is delightfully devilish. If we smash these signals here, we can just swish. You couldn't do it better if you tried. Look at that. That was all according to my master plan. I'll keep telling myself that. Actually, let's put the signal on that tile so we can see it a bit better. Otherwise, we will tend to forget it's there. The only risk is if we have a train longer than 3 tiles, it will back up across the junction. We can't really extend the junction until this clay pit buggers off. And we're back up to a butt ton of coal here. Okay, well, what I said at the start about this coal mine winding down was clearly fantasy. So we probably end up needing to put more trains on. Yeah, both these coal mines have just raced off again. So that's good. That's more money for us. We'll finish building this this extension first, and then we'll look at extra coal trains. Now, short-term trains can come in here and reverse, so that's not a problem. Let's get our first train running on that line, shall we? Now, the all-stops train will probably bring out of the terminal here because he's going to have a long enough run as is. So I'll build him at this depot here. We'll take a spinner, please. Give me a mail coach, and we'll say three passenger cars for now. We can always reevaluate that later. So first stop Grand Central, then Great Lesningham, which I maintain is not that great. And then if you could just run down to Trundon Woods for me. It appears our station is too far out of town to actually get a proper station name, so we'll have to fix that. And make sure you go via the mainline signal box. Now, has anything happened up here? No, our trucks are still chilling. So there goes our first train on that route, and we will get to extending that shortly. I'll just keep the window open. No, I don't want that window. Go away. We'll just keep this one open to see how he's bedding in once he's done a run or two. But I think we need to put more coal trains on. We'll need to put at least one more train on each line, I think, because 1,000 ton of coal, 1,300 ton of coal, it's just not, it's not practical. So we will buy that fella, and we will clone him. Now, where are you going? You're going to New Treeside, so the other one we need to go to Trundon. So if you could copy this fella, please. That's good. That's 2 new coal trains. Go forth and transport coal. Now, looking at it, we are getting a lot of trains coming down here, so we'll probably have to look at making this a ro-ro station in the future. And by in the future, I mean now. So we'll have to smash out a bit of land here. Yeah, go away. We're sick of industry shutting down on me. I'm just going to ignore them from now on. We might actually rebuild the platform here. Let's just, if you hold control while building a station, you can bring up this handy little join station menu. So we will put a new platform in there and connect up like that. And then we want to go this way and this way. And we'll just ditch the buffer stop for now until everything's connected. And we'll just bring this up here. Bring this around like that. No, too much. Take it back. I feel sorry for the track workers that laid that bit of track. They're standing there going, you know what? That is a job well done. And then I just go and delete it. So we will now remove this bit of track here, this bit of track here, and this bit of station. And then that bit of track there. And we also don't need this anymore. So now we have a ro-ro station. And we'll put in a few more signals around the balloon loop so the trains can sort of bank up a bit. And that should make that end slightly more efficient. Now down here we got a lot of coal coming in, and I think it is starting to jam up the works. You can see he's gummed up passenger train operation, and it's getting in the way of this goods train, which we will keep open to make sure he does his job properly. Oh, there goes, that put a big dent in the old bank balance. So I'm also going to make this a ro-ro station as well. So we will connect up a bit of track here. Oh, it doesn't accept passengers anymore, because you can tell I wanted to transport passengers to this station based on what? The architectural design? The fact that I went with the mineral unloader? And God, I really feel sorry for these track workers. They probably questioned what they were doing at the time they were doing it. So again, we will put in a one-way signal there. We will move this departure signal for the goods line up there. If I remove that, will that train move? No, he will wait patiently like a good boy. And we'll just throw down a couple of signals like that. You are now going to get confused, so you can just turn around and try again. So now our coal trains should come in here and default to coming around the ro-ro. Whether that... Would you stop with the closing of the industries? Whether that proves to be a prudent addition or not, I don't know, because obviously they're going to still gum up the freight line here to the brickworks, because they're going to be coming through this way. But hopefully by avoiding them crossing over in front of the passenger train, we can get a better result there. Well, having run time forward by about a month, we can quite easily see that trains are moving again. Again, whether there's any benefit to this remains to be seen, but I'd like to think it'll work. We can always add an extra mineral unloader platform on here. We got room for another track in this way, but I don't think we'll have enough capacity on this section of track. Now, another way we can make it more efficient is we can put a turnout in, we'll put it in around the back of the depot actually, to give trains a path around the back here, and that way it doesn't conflict with trains leaving. Okay, you don't want to use that track, but I'm sure someone will. So hopefully trains leaving can then use this track, while trains coming in can then use this track. I think that'll work. One way to find out. We could always go even more efficient by putting a bridge in over this line here, and thus forcing trains to use this, but I don't want to make our coal trains climb if I can avoid it, because climbing is bad. Now, you've already got passengers from Trundon Woods. That's good. That's showing that route is obviously viable. Okay, it seems our coal trains are obsessed with chuffing past the depot, so I'm going to throw down a signal box. We'll put this white number down, and we will divert our coal trains onto this little back line here. So before going to Phoenix City North, we would like you to go through Phoenix City Waypoint. We'll rename that shortly. Now that's the Treeside coal train. That's the Trundon coal train, so you will also do that. Again, the benefit of shared orders means that these orders are being copied to everyone, and we'll just call this Phoenix City Signal Box. Because, well, it's a signal box and it controls Phoenix quote-unquote city. While we're here, we'll call this Phoenix Coal Unloader. And we'll call this one... Well, there goes a coal mine, but not the one I expected. Brickworks. There we go. Good. Now, obviously all the trains in the queue at the moment, and what a queue! They all have their marching orders to go straight to the coal unloader, so they're going to keep using the old route, but hopefully in due time they will start using the new route. In fact, I'll throw a signal down there to really help them bunch up, because who doesn't like a good queue of trains, like peak hour in Sydney. So we've got a viable line opened up to Trundon. I'm going to rename this to Trundon Station, because Woods just doesn't sound right. And we'll set that for a freight station, something in the middle of nowhere. Now we need to extend the line down to Treehead. Why does Treehead sound so familiar? Don't we already have a Treehead? Oh no, we have a Treeside. I'll call you Treeside Slopes. That way we can better differentiate between the two. Now we got a bit of a bump in the landscape here, but that won't be an issue. Turn the trees back on, it looks better. Now we'll just run it down here. Now, do we want to go down again, or do we want to stay on this level? I think we're going to have to go down again, aren't we? If we could stay up on that level and try and work our way around the mountain here. Now, where's our destination? We are sort of going for Broley City and Rondgrove Rivers at the moment. Which would be the more beneficial one to go for? Probably just Rondgrove Rivers in the short term, although the city is a city. It doesn't look too convoluted to get over these hills here. We could have a line here. We could have sort of a junction at Plesbrook. Wow, I stuffed that one up. A bit of a junction there, a bit of a station at Sweenerden, station at Broley City, which will probably be a terminus given it's surrounded by mountains, and then we're going to have another line connecting it up to Stanbridge City for those that want to go there. Oh, good, we've got another factory we can't use. That seems like a thing we have now. But yeah, okay, so that's where we're going. So we'll need to build a station at Treeside Slopes. We'll just smash out that bit of road there because it angered me. I'm literally white hot with rage. We will throw it out. No, I don't want to build too big of a station. Treeside Slopes, good. It's got a proper station name. That seems like a nice high altitude station. And let's put an underpass in because just something different on this new line that we're building here. Now we'll connect this up with a bit of track here. Now, can we line this up with the line we've already got? I think that's in line. Oh, swish. Swish indeed. Look at that. We'll just connect that up. Now, you are our passenger train. So next time you make the journey, you are going to be extending down to Treeside Slopes. And back to Trundon, please. This poor train's route is just going to get longer and longer every time he embarks on it, and I imagine we're going to get a stern talking to at some point when he realises he's running the length of the map, and that was not in his contract. Okay, so from Treeside Slopes we want to go to Plesbrook. Oh, it's so teasing. We've got a fuel depot here and everything, so we can make fuel at the Plesbrook oil refinery and run it up to the fuel. Oh, why is it so teasing? Oh, it's frustrating. So do we want to have the junction at Plesbrook or do we want to have it at Rondgrove Rivers? Because Rondgrove Rivers obviously would be a nice jumping off point to all of these towns down here. No, because we don't want to detour around like that. No, we'll have the junction at Plesbrook. Well, good news, Plesbrook, you are going to be a very important town as time goes on. So important that I need to demolish a couple of your buildings. Yeah, I know you're going to flip out now, aren't you? Now we're going to have to be very careful we don't upset the town by demolishing too many trees, because we are going to need to we'll put in an important station building here. This is going to be a big junction as time goes on. Let's have a look. We'll put a footbridge in here. We'll put a nice plant in here. We'll put in what else are we going to put? We'll put another plant in at this end, I guess. That looks nice. We'll smash down a bit more landscape there. And we'll need to smash down a fair bit more landscape. Let's just get rid of it all. We've built our station now. We don't care what the town thinks of us. Famous last words there. So that way we can have a line coming in from Treeside. Now, did that line up? Close enough. And we'll connect that up like that. And we'll put in another signal there. Now you're probably wondering why this station is larger than this one. Well, long term I can see even the express trains from whatever that town is, Feeningham City, stopping at Plesbrook. So we'll call this Plesbrook Junction. No, Interchange. Yeah, I can't spell. Yeah, Plesbrook Interchange, please. I'll have a bit of a junction in here because obviously it's a junction, even though I didn't name it a junction. I put the signal on the wrong side. Get rid of that. Good. Okay, so we'll wait till you leave Treeside Slopes to go back to town, just so we can keep the magic rolling. But you're not doing too bad for yourself. You're definitely picking and dropping off. Okay, well, you're dropping off people. Obviously, it's hard for you to pick people up if they don't know the train's running yet. So after Treeside Slopes, we want you to go to Plesbrook Interchange, please, and then head back to Treeside Slopes. Thank you very much. We'll probably end up having a local train in from Broley City to Treeside Slopes, just so these people don't have to wait for this fairly long-haul train to arrive, just to get them into town. Now, getting over this hill's going to be a definite challenge. I'm thinking we're going to have a lower station and maybe even connect up with a bus route into Swinington town proper, just to avoid having too much climbing, because all we do is go back up just to go down again into Broley City. That is a city, right? It doesn't look like one. Where are we going to put the station? I'm thinking maybe we can put it around the back here, because then we can make it a through station and run a train through to Penhall and probably up here, but definitely to Penhall. And we could even run the line around to Stanbridge City that way if we wanted to. Okay, so Suningden is our next obstacle, so we're going to have the line run up here. I think I will sort of smash aside this landscape here. Hopefully we don't upset the town too much. And we will also drag a road down alongside it so we can have a connecting bus service going up into town proper. Now the bus service, short term, probably going to lose us a lot of money. But, you know, medium term, it should bring passengers in and we will see a return on that investment. Let's just put in a bit of a roof here. Keep it fresh, keep it interesting. So close. I'm almost tempted to put a third platform in just so that does line up happily. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna own my mistake. We'll bring the landscape up here and connect that up. Now, hopefully I haven't knocked down too many trees because I forgot to build the bus station. No, I didn't. And where will we run that bus to? Really only have to run it up here, don't we? Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. Oh, what are we building buses for? Buses are horrible. Let's have a look at available vehicles. Steam bus, bugger that off. Ooh. Well, that's a new development. It appears as if we have our first bank opening up. Obviously, it's still under construction at the moment, but that produces valuables. Now, if we click on display chain, you will see that valuables just go between banks. So if we can find another town with a bank, we can run a armoured train between the two. And it appears these people live along without a road. So we'll do them a favour and put a nice road in for them so they don't have to walk everywhere or get the tram. So let's go back to where we were, back over here at Sweenington, and we will need to start putting in some signals. Yes, that's double track, so that's all good. We will just run that down like that. Connect that up like that. Do we want to run our little train up to Sweenington yet? No, we'll wait to extend it to Broley City. We'll keep it double track the whole way, I reckon. That seems like something we would do. So we'll throw down a couple of signals down here, and we'll just sort of signal up the hill like this to keep trains moving. Now, looking down here at Broley City. So we need to build a station building. Now, let's go a little bit fancier down here and then inevitably piss off the town and make them hate us. So let's build this nice little station here. Yes, I know it doesn't have any track attached to it. Give it time. Oh, I nearly accidentally built something in the hill for no reason. I'll put a nice little fence around there so people can walk around. Let's put an underpass in. Let's keep it nice and modern. And we'll put a pot plant in at this end. Now we'll need a bit of roof. Actually, let's put benches down. We don't really have anywhere for people to sit at the moment. Let's put another pot plant down here too. There we go. That looks nice. That's a nice modern sort of terminus we've got going on there with potential for extension. I'm sure this factory will defy expectations and remain open forever and ever and ever, thus blocking us from adding any more platforms in the future, because that seems like the sort of jerk that this factory is going to be. So we've probably demolished too much land there and upset the town, but, well, they're going to have a whiz-bang passenger service soon, and they can just suck an egg. If we build down... No, that nearly lines up. If we build down here, it lines up now. And we'll need to put in a depot and some associated sort of turning around tracks down here. So I'll put the depot in. This depot will probably keep here for a while. So we'll put it in with enough room that we can... Well, something just closed down, but it wasn't the factory. We'll put the depot there so we can add further platforms without demolishing the depot in the future. Let's throw down a couple of signals, please. And then we'll just chuck a few down on this street here. On this line here. Clearly it didn't want to put one there. And we'll throw down some more on this line here. I'll bring you up there, pop one there. Now, where's that poor little train gone? He's making his way back, having extended to Plesbrook Interchange. Let's extend him even further, stopping at Sweenington and Broley City, please, and then back via Sweenington and Plesbrook Interchange. You are going to have one heck of a long run on your hands by the time you are done. Look, that's probably as far as he's going to go. He can run between the two cities, just stopping at all stations en route. Somehow we're going to have to get a line over to Guarding Way as well. That's going to be an interesting challenge, going over that mountain. In fact, we might actually run a line from Broly City up to Windberg Bay City that way. We could even run one intercity train from here to here to here in the short term until we open our coastal route through Guarding Way there, having a junction at Avonpool. Oh, the potential just makes me tingle. That's weird. Why would you say that? Don't say things like that. Turn the trees back on. It looks weird without them. It looks like the nation is bald. Here we go. Coal mine production down, I just noticed. You know what? It's still going great guns, and it's at 92%. So even when it does close down, I will tip my hat to it. It's lived a good life. We do have one heck of a backlog trying to get into this coal unloader, though. So we're going to have to take some sort of evasive action here. Evasive action is probably the wrong term. We are going to need to not build landscape there. We're going to have to let's go all in. The coal mine's inevitably going to close down and render this investment null and void. But until that happens, I am going all in on coal. So we'll put a line in here. We'll put the line in like this. And then to avoid... actually, no, we don't want to go that far. We will keep it back here. To avoid our trains having to go up a hill, we will just connect it up like this. And if we could just boop, ba-doop. And now we will take our trains and we will get rid of that signal box. Now you're the Treeside train. What are you? You're the Trundon train. Good. Get rid of the signal box. And we will put in a junction signal there. And we'll put in some more autos on this line here. So as you can see, I have now completely bypassed this junction with the incoming coal trains. So hopefully that will see us net us some sort of return there. Oh no, we've broken this train. I'm sorry, friend. Turn around again. Recalculate your route. Now hopefully, there we go. See, this train's got the right idea. So this line here will now only be used for the clay train, the goods train, and the passenger trains. Passenger train obviously will still gum up the works for trains coming out of the coal unloader. Oh, here we go. Production's dropped again. This might be the end of the road. Yeah, although that said, he's come to the end of the road before and come back, so we'll see. But yeah, so now we can see our coal trains will start diverting down this track here. Don't make a liar out of me. Yeah, good. So that's why I'm pretty sure that coal mine will close shortly. So you can see the last of the trains in the queue is making his way down past the signal box, but all of the other trains are taking the new route there, which seems to have unclogged things quite significantly. But yeah, Trundon Mines, it's definitely on the way out, but that's okay. It's been a pretty good mine to us. I mean, it let us pay off our initial investment and build all this other infrastructure, so not even mad. It would be nice to have some coal to transport to this steel mill here, but I don't think we're getting it from that part of the world. Now, we've built this fancy whiz-bang railway line, and we're running one train on it that's sort of chuffing up and down from all the way over here. So I'd like to extend another line out to Treeside Slopes in the short term at least. So we will we'll continue the double track around the corner here, I think, just to avoid any sort of problems here with our train. And we will put in a bit of a junction here. We'll just put in a scissor track like that. Chuck in a couple of one-way signals, and then boop and boop. Populate this line with signals as well. We'll get rid of that signal, which is now completely useless, and put one in there. We probably need another signal there, but I don't care. We'll need to keep this junction in here for when we extend the line down to Rondgrove Rivers. But yeah, we'll need a local train to serve the suburbs of Broly City and Stanbridge City. So what are we looking at here? We could get another spinner. They're reasonably inexpensive, 25 grand. Gets the job done, nice good top speed. Let's just go with one of those. We'll chuck on 3 passenger cars again. And we'll set you up from Broly City. You can belong to that train depot there. You'll stop at Sunningdon, Plesbrook Interchange, and just down to Treeside Slopes to come back again, please. And hopefully those two trains together will help this area sort of start growing a bit, and will eventually long term join all these places together with a proper suburban rail network and get, oh, here we go. Oh no, it's just production down. I thought it might have been closing. It's down to 135 and it's cut production again. Yeah, it's definitely on the way out. I know I keep saying that, but you see, that message will pop up sooner or later announcing its death throes. And that'll be all she wrote. That was not what I expected. That's Pleasbrook Steel Mill, which is that one. Goodbye. Never trusted you anyway. Now, while we're in this part of the world, yeah, go away. We should probably look at extending our line down through Rondgrove Rivers. We can get a line up through Strathaven to Linthaven Common. God, these names are they just roll off the tongue, don't they? Just call it Linthaven. Now, this will be a definite challenge to connect up to Mesfield. Call you Mesfield, just because that D is just not going to happen. Well, that's definitely an idea. It's going to be 72 grand worth of idea, but that's one way we could get from Linthaven to Tretchester. That's definitely one for the future, I think. Look, Mesfield will probably end up with a bus service, although we could put a station in here and just run it down as a shuttle from Linthaven, I guess, which probably wouldn't be that bad of an idea. Not terribly profitable, but it'd be a cute little railway line. Main question is, where do we put in a station around Linthaven? I guess we could always have the line come through here, tunnel under the town and dig a trench here for the station, but again, it's all big money and it's messy. I don't like messy. Tillythwaite Springs, you know what? It's hard enough saying Tillythwaite, so you can just be Tillythwaite. Tretchester, yeah, okay, and Dunham. None of those are cities, so they're not terribly pressing destinations. I will extend the line down to Rondgrove Rivers, though, which will keep its name because there's a legitimate river here. So go you. What are we looking at? We're looking at a station. Let's build. We'll start with the ever popular plant. Yeah, who doesn't like a good plant? We'll pop in this station building here, and let's pop in another underpass. That's a nice idea. Now, to get out of town, we're going to have to sort of come up this way, so we might build the tracks down here initially, just to sort of bookmark the land we want to use, so the town doesn't get too excited and block us there. But we only really need a single track out this side. Notice the funds are not replenishing as quickly as they used to, so I don't know if that's me or if that's you or if that's you and me, and I don't know what we've done there. We are going to have to rejig this junction. I just realised it's not pretty. Well, that train's certainly losing money. Who are you? Are you're the Phoenix train from New Treeside? Yeah, you're definitely not making money, but that's okay. You hopefully you will in the long run once we grow Phoenix a bit. And if you don't, well, whatever. You had a good run. So let's just run this track down here, and then we'll sort of connect it up like this for now, and we'll have to double track that later. Move the signal down there. Throw another signal in. Nope. And put a signal in like that. That looks quite reasonable. Just for argument's sake, put a couple of signals in there. And let's run a suburban train on that line as well. This is becoming quite a popular little section of track, isn't it? We'll get another spinner. Seems to be doing us pretty well. I'll give him 3 coaches. We don't really need more than that at this stage. We probably don't even need 3, but just in case I forget to upgrade later, turn the trees back on when you're not building things. Run down through the junction there to Rondgrove Rivers, and then run back again. Now, which train are you? Are you the suburban train? That's not what I wanted to click on. You are. Good. Are you making money? Sort of. Barely. If you're lucky. What does Pleasbrook think of me, by the way? No, I don't want to rename the town. Misclick. They think I'm appalling. So they hate me with every fibre of their being. And who could blame them? I smashed aside their hill, knocked down a few hundred trees, and turned their picturesque, idyllic town into a giant railway junction. Hey, it's the price of progress. Just deal. Rondgrove Rivers, on the other hand, a far bigger town, think I'm mediocre. Well, they don't hate me. I'm counting that as a win. So this will be quite a major junction in the future because we'll have the line coming up into the mountains as well as down by the coast. But for now, we'll just leave it as is. It seems kind of funny having two junction towns right next to each other. You'd think we could handle it all at Pleasbrook, but we can't. So we might make people interchange at Pleasbrook, I guess. How are we going over here at our coal mine? 72 tonne of coal. He's still doing all right. We might have to look at diverting one of those new trains we built over to New Treeside though, just because New Treeside, how much are you transporting? 49%. So you've still got way more in you, and you're only doing 47%. Well, there's still. Hang on, New Treeside clay pit increases production. Oh, go you. You're stepping up where the coal mine. Oh, I guess there's nowhere to go but up. Yes, you're stepping up where the coal mine will let us down. So just having a bit of a squiz at our financial situation. It does seem as if this goods train is now just hemorrhaging money, unfortunately. So I think his time is done. Off to the depot with you. And that means we can get rid of these two pointless horse carts as well. Off to the depot. Go away. You're useless. Dead to me. What else were we looking at there? We also have problems with our little passenger train shuttling between Phoenix City and New Treeside, so we might have to cut him and make everyone change at Great Lesningham, because he's just not pulling his weight, unfortunately. He's not carrying anyone, so we're going to send you to Feeningham City train depot, please. You are sort of hanging on by a thread. Which train are you? Oh, you're the suburban train. Well, look at that. The Broly City is definitely delivering, so you're gonna start turning a profit soon, I imagine. Good. We'll store you. We don't need you anymore. We'll get rid of that. Okay, so that's good. That's good. We all of our trains are nominally making a profit. So even when this mine does close down, which it looks like it's getting close to doing, we can survive. We're not going to end up in the situation we ended up in last time, where we went completely tits up through the closure of industry. So that's okay. Have we got a sawmill built? Oh, we've now got an iron ore mine right next to the main line. No sawmill yet in this area. Do have another forest down here. Yeah, still no reason to transport any freight in this area, unfortunately. I've got a few forests around. We've got a couple in this part of the world here. It's a shame we don't have a sawmill. We should probably look at getting a ferry going to Dreading Stoke Island, just because it is a city, so it will grow at lightning speed. And what's a ferry going to cost us anyway? Let's have a look at that. Available ships. Sunk Rock Ferry costs. That's $2,000 a year to run. Only costs 13 grand to buy. I'm pretty sure we can get away with that. We will, however, need a bus route from the station down to the... Thank you. Actually, we can probably redeploy you. Where are you? You're here. So we will delete your orders. And let's find a line that needs an extra train. How's this line coping? It's doing quite well for itself, so we don't need an extra train on this line. You're carrying a fair few people. That's good to see. Oh, we got a lot of people waiting at Great Lesningham. They're going every direction, every which way, except into town. But that's fair enough, because the train has just left. Which train are you? Do we have two trains? Oh, we have two trains on that suburban line. That's right. Maybe we have three trains. Which train is this? Oh, you're the Fedale Point train. Sorry, I forgot the other two trains turn around at Plundberg Bay, or whatever it's called. Is it Plundberg Bay they turn around? No, they turn around at New Treeside. Never mind. It's cool. It's cool. I understand how my game works. So we are going to redeploy you on a line. I'm thinking this long distance line here could probably use a second train, just to help encourage passenger movement there. So we've got 3 passengers, 61 here. How far are they going? See, they're all trying to go via Trundon. So yeah, an extra train on the Broly City line probably wouldn't be sort of unreasonable to consider. So we will connect you up with this train. Off you go. And we will also need to put in a passing loop or 2 on that line, just to make sure our trains don't end up in some sort of logjam situation. So we'll put a passing loop in here. Just basically drag and drop track wherever we feel like it. Whatever. It's not like we have a budget or anything to worry about. Budget. Now I'll put in a couple of intermediate signals there. And we don't want to put a one-way signal down at the end of the loop by mistake. That would be bad. So we've got this is set up for one-way traffic already. Now we'll need a passing loop between the two towns. Let's put it on top of the mountain. Put it on top of the hill. That's nice that way. While you're waiting for your cross, you can look out over this nice little river here and admire the view. Unless you're on the wrong side of the train, in which case, well, fool on you for sitting there. It's not my problem. What am I, a clavant? We'll put in a few more signals there. And coming down here, we go to double track, so that should be fine. Good old Pleasbrook is still hanging on. It's probably not paying its way at the moment, but it is an important junction station for people going down to Rondgrove Rivers. In fact, let's you know, in light of future growth in Broly City, let's set up an intercity train. We don't have anything better than the spinner, so we'll make it a spinner, and we'll make it a slightly longer train. You know, just so it stands out from the pack. And we will have you go from Broly City. You can belong to that depot there. That's fine. You will skip Sunningdon, but you'll stop at Pleasbrook Interchange. And then you will skip all the way over to... do we want him to stop at Great Lesnington because it's a junction? I kind of do. Yeah, we'll get him to stop there for now. We can always take that off later. Just mostly for people travelling down to this line here. So through the signal box there into Grand Central. You can also belong to that depot there. And then just retrace your steps back this way. Now I know short term he will get caught up behind the All Stations train, so there'll probably be little to no benefit to him. But I just think it's cool to have an express train, and hopefully he will make a bit more money because he'll be able to pick up passengers from... Okay, well there's no passengers there, but as the game calculates where the passengers are going, they might opt to get on the express train at Broly City, even if they are just going down to Pleasbrook, just because it is a faster trip. He's already stuck behind the All Stations train. That literally took 5 seconds. Look, if it doesn't make money, we can always scrap it, but for now I think we're fine. So now this city is definitely growing nicely. You can see the bank has finished construction. And we have a lot of passengers waiting here, but most of them are internal. 23 want to go via the west, which is over here, and 193 want to go via commercial. It's a bit of a discrepancy. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. It's as long as the trams keep making money, which they are. Yep, everyone's turning a profit. It really doesn't bother me in the slightest. What to do now? Where should we go next? Oh, that's right. We were building a ferry, weren't we? We got distracted, as is my way. Let's go with a dock. We'll pop it in at the end of the road. Oh, I'm sorry. We've completely spun the church around on its axis. We'll put in a bus terminus at the dock there, just so people can catch the bus to the dock. Makes sense. Don't know why you wouldn't. And we'll probably need to put a bus terminus in on the other side of town actually we'll put in a through bus stop, because we'll probably just have a little turning circle in here, because as the city grows we will have a bus network connecting up the rest of the city. We'll need a depot. We'll just throw that down at the end of the turning circle, and we'll just build a couple of steam buses. Why did I build two at the same time? We can just clone them. So you can just shuttle between the two bus stops, please. And that's your depot there. And we'll just have a couple of buses. Just chuffing back and forth, probably hemorrhaging money. But we will now also need a dock over at Phoenix City. And how convenient, we can build that dock right next to our, well, close to our headquarters here. So I'll pop that. Okay, well that was a fun plan. Phoenix City apparently hates us because we built this fanciful coal line and demolished quite a few trees in the process. That's going to make things a bit more interesting, isn't it? What are our other options? We can always have a ferry going over to Rondgrove Rivers. Let's look at that. Well, screw you, Phoenix City. I thought you were our saviour, but you really hate us. So where would we put that in? Should we put that in next to the namesake river? No, if it floods, it might wet our dock. No, we'll put it in here. and we'll put a bus stop in to serve that. I'll just put it in there so people can just walk straight out of the bus stop and onto the dock. We will completely spin this terrace house thing around, because why the hell not? I won't put the depot there, that's valuable real estate there. But we will need a bus stop for our train station. So can we do that? We can. Let's just put a bridge in over the top instead. Let's put a nice viaduct in, that looks nice. And we'll just put a bus station in here. And if we need to, we can always expand the station by moving our bus stop later, but short term, I think it's alright. Once again, we'll need a couple of buses. Just the piddly little... So stop building two at a time, you're not playing Transport Fever. And if you could just shuttle between the two, that would be fantastic. You belong to that depot there. And we'll get a clone. And just so they maybe split up and don't pair, we'll send them both to separate stations to start with, until they start bunching up naturally anyway. Come on. There they go. They're finally emerging from the depot. We will also need a ship depot. And a ship. Which one's train 10? How are you losing money? I still have a train that turns around there? What are you doing? You go from Feeningham City Grand Central to Great Lesningham, then you go back through the yard box to Grand Central, then you go to What the heck did I do there? Okay, we're going to have to pause on shipbuilding and fix this train. And apparently I have multiple trains doing this. This is hardly ideal. So from Grand Central you go to Lesningham. We don't need you to stop at the yard box or Grand Central again, or Ronbrook or Testwaite. Okay, I've completely knackered this. We're just going to have to fix it. So from Great Lesningham, you are going to go to New Treeside. Then from New Treeside back to Great Lesningham. Then back through the yard box, back through this platform here, back through Ronbrook, and up to Testwaite. And we'll give you that depot to belong to. And then you can retrace your steps. Now that should be what it looked like to begin with, but clearly I botched it. I'm assuming you are the other train on that route, yes? Good. Okay. Hopefully that's fixed those poor trains, because they were in one heck of a pickle trying to turn around at Great Lesningham when they shouldn't have. That's on me, guys. I'm sorry. My bad. So as I was saying, we will build a sunk rock ferry. Hopefully this thing doesn't hemorrhage money, but I suspect it might. If you could go between Rondgrove Rivers docks, and I bet the game's going to protest this. Yes, it's too far away. So let's just put down a couple of buoys. I know that's sexist, but we're going to deal with it. And we will send you... what are we going to go? We'll go through this one first. And that's the end of that coal mine, so we will need to get... Oh, he got down to 95%. That's not bad. 40 tonne of coal. We'll have to keep that open so we remember. So you're going through Treeside Slopes Buoy to Dreading-Stroke Island. Back through Dreading-Stroke Island. Up to Rondgrove Rivers. And we'll make you belong to that depot there. Go, my little ship, out of the dry dock, which is not really that dry. Well, he's not that slow. He's pretty quick off the mark there. Hopefully he will start turning a profit. But yeah, we've got a bit of an issue here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you to skip. And then we are going to change that from service to stop. So all of these trains will start passing through this station. We will just manually tell them to skip it. And they will all just go unload and go to the depot. In fact, you can just go straight to the depot because you have nothing to load. In fact, they all can. So, good work. But this is just easier than sending the depot manually. You are clearly trying to go up to Trundon Mines as well, I imagine. You are. Go to the depot. And now you're blocking the clay train. Good work. Oh well, you know what? That mine helped us set up an empire, and it's served its time and it's gone. So I'm okay with that. It did quite well for itself. And it means we can simplify this junction a bit too, and maybe clean up our tracks a bit. Maybe we can run them directly up here, and yeah, we'll figure something out. But I will divert all these trains to the depot. Where are you going? New Treeside Mines. I'll allow it. New Treeside Mines. I'll allow it. New Treeside Mines. I'll allow it. and you should be you're the one we've already sent, so that's fine. The rest of them should be underway. So I'll just skip forward to when they've all sorted themselves out, and we will rebuild this junction. Well, with all of the trains now out of the way of the mine, we can start rejigging this junction. So let's smash that station out of the way for starters. Now I don't want to interrupt the existing trains, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn trees off so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to remove the signals. I know it's a dangerous game. Back to this one here, and I'll remove them back to that one there as well. And we might have a potential train crash on our hands because I removed too many signals. So we'll get rid of that one. Yeah, you're just going to keep on going. Well, you're not going to catch up to that fella, so I think we're pretty safe. So now that means only one train on each track will be passing through the existing line at a time, which means that we can also get rid of the signals on this balloon loop here. Which means we can start rebuilding to our fancy without actually causing any dramas. So thinking about it, this is going to be our passenger line, which will live into the future once these industries are closed. So we'll probably make this the main line here, and we'll run him down on our existing tracks like that. And again, we'll connect this up like that there. Where are you trying to go? New tree side mines. Where are you going? See, he's already decided to use the new line, even though it's not even open yet. Good for you. Well, there goes the first train on the new junction. Completely unintentional. But what are you going to do about it? Nothing. That's one. So we'll get rid of the rest of the balloon loop there. Completely useless to us now. So that'll be the new main line. We'll keep the coal branching off there, so we'll need to put in another set of points up here. And then we'll start populating with signals. So we can pop one down like that. You're going to try and use the new line too. Yep, in the wrong direction. Good work. So we will have to convert that to a normal signal there and get rid of that bit of track there. So now all trains coming in will come up here, and then cross over either to get to the clay pit rather, or down to the still functional coal mine. We should probably put another signal in there just to keep trains spaced out. Now, going the other way, we can come up here, but of course they still have to use the existing line because I didn't put in another set of points. So I'll put that set of points in there. Don't worry, we're going to get rid of this ugly thing here, because now you can come from here, you can cross over, and you can get to anywhere from anywhere. So we will get rid of those, and we will get, no, we just put that in. We don't want to get rid of it. We will get rid of that as well. Get rid of that. And we can get rid of our existing original main line. Bye-bye. Good. Bugger off with your steam bus. No one cares. Steam buses are stupid and I hate them. So we can get rid of that. And problem solved. So look, it's not the most attractive thing in the world. That's also useful track that we will retain, because that is for the clay train to get out. Without interfering with passenger trains, I think. In fact, do we want to put a line in here just to give our freight trains a bit of queuing to avoid delaying the passenger trains? I've decided we do. I've decided that's a thing I want to do. So we'll put in a few signals down here, a couple of one-ways there, and just populate that up like that. So that means all of the outgoing freight trains should be coming down this track here, except maybe the clay train, which might decide to be a jerk and push in front of a passenger train. But there's not much we can do about it without setting waypoints up, and I really can't be bothered. Now, because I'm environmentally minded, I will just plant some trees down where the coal mine used to be. Ta-da! Look at that. No, isn't it nice? Well, thanks for the warning. I don't know where that was, but it's gone now. And we'll just shift that signal up a bit here, just to allow our trains to get right up close to the junction. We'll put another one there too. So there we go. That's rejigged that junction up. It's probably not the most efficient setup in the world, but considering we're trying to make use of what we've got, and considering this will be gone in a few years anyway, it's really not worth spending too much time and money on. I mean, obviously the more direct route would be just to carve straight through the mountain there, but you know, we're doing all right for now. We've only got the one passenger train that we're interrupting. It's really not much of an issue. Now, is our ferry actually doing anything at the moment? 46 passengers already. Wow, look at you go. We'll hit the hyperspeed button and see how you go when you get to Dreading Stroke Island. And slow time down. Now, are you going to turn a profit? Hopefully, yes. Transfer $2,000. Well, you're definitely doing all right, and you're going to leave with nearly a full load. Good stuff. So that means that 73 people here are waiting to go on our stupid little bus route, which is just hemorrhaging money. Right. Okay. Let's just go with trams. Let's just delete that and put that in there, and then run a road up here. I know it's an investment, but I think it's going to pay off because these steam buses are absolutely bloody useless. So we need to upgrade this to a tram line, please. And again, this way. There we go. Needed to upgrade the bridge, and we succeeded. Well, there goes some oil wells. Whoop-de-doo. And we'll run you up. Why can't we go any further? Oh, because there's buses in the way. That's right. Stupid buses. Getting in the frack 'em. Buses. We will need a tram depot up here. Or we may as well put it out in the sticks over here, actually. It's probably going to get less in the way of town development. So if you could hurry up, that'd be fantastic. There we go. And once again, we are going to be getting rid of the steam buses mere minutes after buying them to replace them with, that's a bus depot. We're not going to find any trams at a bus depot, and if we do, something's gone horribly wrong. Again, good thing we wired up the tram because we've only got the steam tram available. But you know what? If it gets the job done, I don't care. You belong to that depot there. And let's put 4 on. We've clearly got a market for it. What do we want? 1, 2, 3, 4. And off you go. Away with you. And they're all going to bunch up again, aren't they? Oh, look, there's little steam coming out of this one. I swear that's not happening in the other town. Let's try and split them up a little bit. No, which one? Didn't I just turn one of them around? Oh yeah, of course, it's a tram. You can't turn it around. No, apparently you can. And you can, and you do, and you will. And various other words have been said. Let's just send you guys to the depot because you are useless. And what do we have available? Another steam bus. No, not interested. Don't like steam buses. They are horrible. Train 21 is losing money. Which one are you? Well, you are not doing very well for yourself. You're the local train. That's fair enough. Well, you're gonna take a few years to come into your own. Well, of course, you're all parked up, so I don't care if you're losing money. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. So now with these parked up trains, that reminds me, this one here still perfectly good. Let's redeploy him onto New Treeside. Although this mine seems to have slowed down as well a bit. So delete your orders there, and if you can copy that train, that'd be fantastic. Might do something with this other 060 goods, so we're not wasting it. We'll dump the wagons up there, and we'll bring these down here. Just easy does it. Now, just sell that brake fan off. No one's ever going to need that again. Now, we made the 060 trains, what, 4 tiles long, I think? Yeah, that'll do. And look at that nice mix of hoppers there. We'll just delete your orders and put you on this line as well, please. And obviously, if we do end up with too many trains on this line, we'll start storing the old 060 long boilers here, because they're only 15 years old, but they're just falling behind the times. Unfortunately, they can't compete with the 060 goods, which is just better all round. We will scrap their stupid brake fans though, because they are just hopeless. Now we'll put all the wagons down onto this train here. There you go. And we'll just keep everything parked up in the depot in case we need it in the future, and if we don't, well, we'll just sell it for scrap. I mean, yes, it does lose money as it ages, but it's just negligible how much value it loses, so big whoop-de-doo. Now, how many people are you carrying back again? 15 passengers. Okay, well, it's dropped off significantly. Is it because these buses are useless? Yes. More trams, he says. More trams. Can we build a dead-end tram stop? We can't. Okay, so we're going to have to rethink how we build the trams. Let's just put a tram stop in there, and we will have this come over the bridge down here. Of course, there's buses in the way. Useless, useless buses. And we'll have you come in here. I'm going to put a tram stop in there. Actually, no, I just want to put a tram stop. I know you're lost and you're unhappy and you're questioning your very existence because I've gone and demolished your road. Now, you should be fine now because you can still stop at the tram stop and turn around. Now, back to building tramway. We want to extend up here, connect up like that, and I guess we'll just put in a bit of a turning circle at either end just to help our trams turn around. And we'll just put one in here, I guess, like this. And you probably can't get to that station. Oh no, you've got your bus stop you can get to. Never mind. And it's all moot because you guys are going to the depot and getting chopped up into little tiny pieces of bus. Just turn around, and go to the depot. How can you not find the depot? It's right there. It's right there. It's in the same town as you. What just ended up at the depot? Ooh, a new tram. Yes, please. Bugger off. No one likes you. Could you turn around? God, this thing is slow. Hyperspeed. Yes, now go to the depot. Yeah, get chopped up into little pieces of tram. Little pieces of bus. Tram's good, bus bad. Put a tram depot in at the end of the line here. And let's have a look at our new tram. It's the Stanley first passenger tram. I beg to differ. There's many passenger trams that were first, but I'll still take it. If you can run between the docks and the station and not hemorrhage money, that'd be fantastic. We'll go with 4. 4 should be a good number, and they will all bunch up as well. I've made my peace with it. There goes Broly City Factory, thank God. That thing was just going to get in the way. Cha-ching! No, we've already got the passenger train. Have I loaded the same road vehicle set twice? Igravitsa. Yes, I've got version 2 and version 1 loaded, so that's something I'm going to have to fix before the next part, because if I remove one of them, I will probably break the game. And I don't want to remove the wrong one. So, yeah, we'll just that's something I'll fix off camera. Yes, go to the depot. I hate you. Go away. Get sold. So hopefully with trams running back and forth, we will see a bit better. Yeah, see, everyone wants to get the tram over to the station. So the ferry is definitely doing all right. It's moving people between the cities, and then they are going to jump on our trains to go to their destinations. Of course, that is ridiculously not practical when you're going from here to either Phoenix or pretty much anywhere in this corner of the map. So I really want to get a ferry going over to Phoenix before we wrap things up today. Has time healed our wounds? No. Okay. Yes. Nope. That's turning the trees off. We want to plant trees because that will make the town like us. Just to prove that, we'll pull up the local authority window and then we'll just go woo and plant $32,000 worth of trees, which brings us up to poor. Hopefully, poor is good enough though. There it is. Of course, our dock is in the middle of nowhere, so it won't actually accept passengers, so we'll have to bring everyone in and out by tram, which is fine with me. We'll run the line down there. That was far more expensive than it needed to be. Put a little turning circle in there, and we'll run it up through the station. Where else are we going? We want to come through town here. Those roads don't line up terribly well, and we'll just have a bit of a circle here, I think. Yeah, that'll do. Just to help our trams turn around, and we'll put another tram stop in. Okay, you won't let me do that then. Well, fine. We'll just go to the station and go around the block for literally no reason then. So you can blow it out your ass. Put tram depot in. Once again, we will need some more trams. Let's go with the first. First is the best, at least for now. Link you up with the dock rather. That is your depot. And if we could have 4 of those, hopefully one sort of side effect of this new passenger link with Dreading Stroke Island is that it makes the train to Phoenix a bit more viable, and we see a few more people on that route. So again, we'll probably need some what do we want? Waterways. We'll probably need a couple of buoys to help the ship navigate this long distance. The Pathfinder gets a bit confused otherwise. The depot's all the way up there, so we will instead build another depot down here. Far more practical. Don't know why I didn't build it here in the first place. And we'll buy another sunk rock ferry to run between the two. Now, is the game going to make a liar out of me? It is. Okay, I didn't need to build those buoys. Let's make them disappear. Bye-bye. That's good. That's good. And you belong to that depot. And off you go, please. So not only will we now see a bit of competition between the ferry and the train to get from Rondgrove Rivers to Phoenix City, because you can either catch the train up there, change, all the way back here, change to get down here. Hopefully some of those people will now use the more direct, even if it is slower route, which should be better for the bottom line. So you're off and trotting. You are completely empty because no one knows that that you are a viable option yet. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, look. Oh, okay. Here I was about to wrap things up, but we've got a sawmill right there, just begging to be connected to the network to this forest here. Is that the only sawmill that's built in recent memory? Still don't have one on our existing line up here. So now I'm thinking we run a timber service up here and down here. It is an awkward place for it, given that it's right next to the Y junction. So I don't know how we're actually going to connect that up without causing too much delay to the passenger trains, but we need to find a way. We need to make this work. And boy, do we have a lot of passengers there. Where are they all trying to go? Via Plesbrook Interchange. Well, there you go. That express train is making a whale of a profit. How do we find that and see if we need a second one? Where's Plesbrook Interchange? Here it is. Now, show me the trains. Wow. I told you passengers would make us money. This train is it's running at capacity both ways. Okay, we're going to put a kibosh on that whole lumber idea. Instead, we're going to double track our main line here and get more of these, because wow, that's awesome. So bring up the railway track option and let's start double tracking. We'll just do this as quickly as we can. We need that to line up like that. We will be demolishing a fair few trees, but hopefully the towns don't seem to mind because, well, we don't care. We've already built our stations. What are you going to do? Actually, they might block us from expanding our stations, which would be an issue. So that connects up like that. Now let's simplify. I'm just going to get rid of the trees for now. Get rid of this signal as well. It's going to serve literally no purpose. Get rid of that track. Get rid of that track. We can get rid of this turnout now. And we can re-signal the whole line with just standard little automatic signals there. So I'll put one there, put one there. Chuck some down here at the start of the straight, and then whooshka! And whooshka! And we've somehow doubled up on signals a bit, so we'll get rid of that one and those. Now, of course, we can't smoothly connect this up because I did not plan my loop very well. So you know, I'm gonna claim that was all according to plan, and put a third platform at Trundon because reasons. None of them good, but reasons. I'll put some benches down. No, this will benefit us. Hopefully, we will be able to have trains overtaking each other. Possibly, I don't know. Where are we going to extend this to? We'll bring this down like this, and bring that down like that. That looks nice. So we will just re-signal around Trundon again as well. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. I'll pop a cross track in there, connect that up like that, and we will just re-signal there. We'll put in a one-way signal here. Now this middle track will be bidirectional, and the outside tracks will not be. That's already got a one-way signal, so that's fine. Oh, go away, train 21. You are not train 23, that's for sure. And you're scrapped, because no one likes you. We also need a few more autos in here to allow trains to actually catch up to each other. Look, at this stage of the game, the trains aren't fast enough to catch up and overtake, so this is a bit of a white elephant, but it looks cool, and I've built it now, so we're just gonna let it happen. Get rid of those signals there, and get rid of that track, please. And speaking of train 23, here he comes now, because as you see in the vehicle window, I am putting signals down, and boom, magic signals. I feel sorry for that driver who just had a bunch of signals appear out of nowhere in front of him. But he's a professional, he can handle it. So we'll need to connect up our final bit of double track down here, like that. Get rid of that. Whoop, no, do not want to interrupt the main line. That would be very bad. It would cause all of the plates to fall down and cause me to question my very existence. So if you could put another couple of signals down. No, I didn't. I did that wrong. There we go. Good. That wasn't that hard. And we'll put them. I don't like putting them on bits of track like this because you can't actually see which way the signal's facing. You've got to be very careful you don't put them back to front because you might confuse your trains. Train drivers are very simple creatures. They get confused easily. Now we're going to have to rejig this junction here, given that all of our trains are using this leg and we scrapped the train using this leg. So we will. How are we going to do this? We're going to have to delete some signals, I think. Get rid of all of the signals. Let's just rebuild the whole junction. Why not? We've got the money. We've got the motivation. We'll completely bypass that part of the Y and just put a cross track in there instead. We'll may as well double track this section as well because, well, we've got a few trains running down on this corner, so it's probably beneficial in the long term to do so. We'll just mimic that like that. We'll put this signal in that we removed again. Now that's fine. Trains can come up here. We don't need that, and we don't need that anymore. We will just pop a one-way signal down at the junction there. Actually, we need to put in another couple of signals there just to help our trains bunch up a bit. And a couple of one-ways in like that. A couple in here. Again, let them bunch up a bit. It's not a bad thing unless they block each other. Our one-way signal there, and we'll move this one up a bit here. Good, that has rejigged that junction. I'll turn the trees back on so we can see what it looks like. Look, eventually we'll probably move to make this a flying junction with bridges to separate out these two tracks joining up, or even just go to quad tracks coming up through Great Lesningham because, well, clearly it's needed. We've got a lot of people. And we need to increase our intercity trains. So we'll start with one for now. But eventually we will be looking at longer trains. So we have 2 mail and what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so once we get the Clerestory coach available, we will look at moving over to. You're going to start by going to Broley City, aren't you? Could you maybe consider going to Feeningham City, considering you're here already? Maybe just do you want to give that a go? So of course, as the way the passengers go in this game. They get on the first possible train that comes into Grand Central to go to their destination. If that doesn't go to their destination, they'll get off at the first interchange. So in this case, they're all coming down to Great Lesningham to wait for the intercity train. So look, if we wanted more passengers getting on at Feeningham, we could remove that from the intercity train. But I think it's fine for now, given how many trains are passing through there. We've got trains stopping anyway, so it's not really delaying anything too much. But look, I think we will we'll put the brakes on this potential wood line here for now. New brickworks under construction somewhere I've never heard of, so I won't worry about that. But so, look, I think that's enough to round things off for now. I think we've accomplished a lot in part 2 here. We've obviously lost a coal mine, but while we've lost a friend, we've picked up a heap of new business up here, Broley City and Rondgrove Rivers, and whatever that island's called, I can't remember. Next time, I would like to move towards connecting up Stanbridge City, and maybe working on some of these towns around here, as well as possibly extending up to Windberg Bay City from Broley City, and having that intercity train sort of hitting up all three cities in one go. But look, until then, I'd like to thank you for joining me as we continue our journey into the world of Transport Tycoon. I've been T-Nick, this has been OpenTTD, and I'll see you all next time. Later days.